Welcome back to the Swang Low Podcast Show, man. It is yours truly, Do Rock Creek. What's happening with everybody out there in the wonderful world tonight? You feel me? I hope I have found you all in your blessings. You know what I'm saying? Appreciating your blessings is most definitely being a blessing to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm gonna jump right into this story. You know what I mean? I don't want to hold y'all up too long tonight, so I'm gonna try to, keep it as short as I possibly can, but to the point. You know what I'm saying? The story that I'm bringing to y'all, it's all a learning moment, teaching moment. You know what I'm saying? I always say that. You know what I mean? But before I do, I want to ask y'all to please like, comment, subscribe, and share. You feel me? It costs you nothing. It's all for free. You know what I mean? And it helps us. It keeps us in the algorithm on YouTube. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? And to those of y'all that already subscribed, thank you for joining this roundtable. You are loved, appreciated, and embraced here. You know what I'm saying? And I always encourage participation. You know what I'm saying? So please don't hesitate to jump in the chat and put whatever you're gonna put. You know what I'm saying? Chime in on the conversation, on the story, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I answer to all comments. You know what I'm saying? Again, I appreciate y'all for coming to the roundtable. All right, so look, we're gonna go rewind all the way back, man, to 1994, technically 1993, because this story it piggyback off of a story that I'd already told y'all about the time when I was in Solano State Prison, and we went and basically took over the Bloods weight pal. We went down. We had two different sides. You had the Blood side, you had the Crip side, and then different people was mixed in with them two different sides. So when they ended up shutting down our weight pal, well, basically they shut it down and they took our weights. You feel me? And they said that they would bring it back when they felt that it was safe for us to be able to use them again. So that left us with nothing, right? The Bloods had their weights. We felt some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Being that Crips always felt that Crips was superior overall. We felt that we was entitled to any and everything when we wanted it. You know what I'm saying? So we made the foolish mistake of going and trying to take over. Well, we didn't try, we did. We took over their weight pal. But in retribution of that, they came and they took off on us. You know what I'm saying? So from that violent riot that we had with them, you know what I'm saying? The homie No Brain from Nine Nine Mafia, shout out to the homie No Brain, Westside Nine Nine Mafia, reminded me that it was actually only 10 of us out there that day, because when everything transpired, um, after we went and did what we did, mind you, where I got it confused, it was a lot of Crips out there. It was probably like 25 Crips out there. But after we did what we did, the majority of them niggas went inside the building, knowing that it was tension in the air. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that it was tension in the air. So really, it was only 10 of us out there that day. And basically, damn near all the 10 that was out there was young niggas. The only ones that really wasn't that young was Quinn from Hoover. You know what I'm saying? From what I can remember. But for the most part, all of us that was out there was all young. You know what I'm saying? In our teens and shit. So bam. But that's no excuse for anything. You know what I'm saying? Those that went inside the building that day, they made a conscious decision, you know what I'm saying, as their own men to take that route out and not participate or assist in what was to come. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't stupid. Like, we did what we did, and we really didn't care. You know what I'm saying? So when they came, and you know what I'm saying, we stood down. The ones that were still out there, those of us that were still out there, you know what I'm saying? So again, shout out to the homie No Brain for reminding me about that. But when that riot happened, um, there was a number of different things that had transpired there after that between the Crips and the Bloods, right? Another incident that happened while certain ones was in the hole. You know what I'm saying? Including, I think No Brain was back there too, because he's the one that reminded me of all this. I have forgot about this part. You know what I'm saying? But they had went to the hole, and then the dude Bear that I had told y'all about from Non Deuce Bishop, that I had knew from camp, from juvenile camp, he had got took off on back there by some Crips. You know what I'm saying? Really, it was a hit out on him. We had a hit out on him because, like I said, when I told y'all about that story, him and Timmy Root from Sacramento, Meadowview Pyru, they was the first. They was the ones that led the Bloods. You know what I'm saying? So, and we seen the dude Timmy Root and them over there talking with a lot of aggression. That basically he was, mounting up his troops and letting them know, nigga, we finna go and all finna go. And that's what they did. It was 25 of them and 10 of us. Okay. So bam, we go on lockdown behind that. Bam. And like I said, it was a few things that had transpired, on the heels of that ride. So what they did was they said, well, we finna ship all y'all out because they had told us when they took our weights, one more thing happened that involved this side where you Crips is at. We finna pull up a bus on the yard. We putting all y'all on it and y'all out of here. We sending y'all to different prisons. And that's exactly what they did. So bam, they put me on the bus. This is my very first time going to a level 4. You know what I'm saying? Level 4 is high level security, right? That's you got the level 4 270, and then you got the 180 level 4 maximum security lockdown. That's the one that got the big wall going all the way around the yard where you can't see nothing but the sky. When you're on the yard, all you can see is the sky. So anyway, I go to my first level 4 270, which was Centinela State Prison, right? Damn, I get there. Now they had shipped a couple of demos out with those of us that went to Centinela, and a few of them was in that riot. So it was one, I can't remember his name, bro, but he was from 20s. You know what I'm saying? Some neighborhood 20s NHP. So bam, we on his head. You know what I'm saying? We still talking shit, and he was a little older than us, so he was like, "Man, we in a whole different prison." You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit ain't supposed to be brought from one prison to the next. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole different politic over here now. You know what I'm saying? That shit got to be left alone and this and that and blah blah blah. But niggas is young and stupid. You know what I'm saying? So we not trying to hear that. So bam, I already have a attitude like I'm gang banging at my all time highest at this point. I was at this time 19 years old, right? So bam, when I get to Centinela, seeing this dude, we getting on his head, you know what I'm saying? So bam, I remember I was there only like probably 3 days at the most. And when you get to a new prison, they put you on orientation until you go to, they take you to this committee, you know what I'm saying, where they clear you of everything, make sure that you can cohabitat with everybody on the yard, make sure you cool with the person you in the cell with, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that, right? So bam, after you go through that, then they clear you, and then you can go out to the yard and shit, right? But before that, you don't got nothing coming. You stay inside your cell. The only thing they give you is a shower. You know what I'm saying? Outside of that, you in the cell. The rest of the day, that's 23 and a half hours out the day. You know what I'm saying? So bam, they got me on orientation. I ain't got no clothes. And that's another thing. When you first get to the prison, you got to fill out, they give you a laundry slip to fill out. You know what I'm saying? Put all your size of everything that you wear and all that. You fill that out, you turn it in, then you gotta wait for them to bring your bundle to you. So until then, you still in the jumpsuit that they give you when you transfer, right? I have one of them jumpsuits, an orange jumpsuit. You know what I'm saying? And the jumpsuits don't usually fit you how they should. This so happened, I'm a tall, skinny dude. So they gave me a jumpsuit that came way above my ankles, right? So I'm flooding in this tight ass jumpsuit, right? And you don't have your shoes, you don't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I believe I had my shower shoes. You know what I'm saying? Which was basically shower thongs and shit, right? So bam, I'm walking around like that, right? From out my cell to the kitchen, from the kitchen back to my cell. So bam, I didn't like that feeling, so I rush, walk real fast to the kitchen and rush back, right? So bam, I do this one day. So I walk so fast out of my building, I catch up to the next building. So when I catch up to this next building, I see it's a gang of niggas. You know what I'm saying? It's like 25 niggas ahead of me, right? Now, mind you, I'm fresh in that prison. I don't know nobody. I ain't even met my own homies from my car yet. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to figure out who is who. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking. I'm like, damn, man, any Crips? Like, where everybody? You know? So bam. Usually, I know somebody when I get to a new yard or a new prison. You know what I'm saying? So ain't nobody calling my name and nothing. So I'm like, damn, man. All right. So bam. Okay. So bam. Um, we go through the kitchen. Okay, when you go in through one side of the kitchen and you walk, they make you walk in the line around like a square. Then you grab your tray, then you walk through a door to the other side of the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Then they got lines of tables. You know what I'm saying? So you fill in the table, each row has to be filled. So anyway, I end up at a table with some down moves, with some bloods, right? Now, mind you, I don't know where nobody from. I'm sitting at the, as soon as I sit down at the table, one of them is staring at me. He's staring at me like I'm talking about like the coldest F you face that you can have for somebody. And I don't even know this dude, right? So bam. But this is how he's sitting there looking at me. Now, I had a real serious problem with people just mean mugging me and just staring at me back then like that, right? So that would be like the number one thing with that'll start some stuff between me and whoever else is, on me like that. So bam, I'm sitting down and I'm looking down. We locked eyes. You know what I'm saying? I don't look away. He don't look away. So while I'm sitting down, that's how the stare is, right? So bam, I'm like, what's happening? Right. So he like, what you mean what's happening? I said, man, you heard what I said. What the fuck is you looking at? Excuse my language. Right. So he like, man, this bounty hunter Watts, right? Now, look, remember, I told you it was like 25 people ahead of me. So out of that 25 people, it was probably like 15 bloods right in front of me. So I don't know where nobody from or none of that. So where I made it at to sit down, I'm surrounded by all bloods. So when me and this dude had a confrontation, everybody get quiet and they looking at us. So this is why I feel he felt so strongly about banging on me like he did. So bam, when he throw it out there where he from, I'm like, nigga, this do rock crip, right? So he's like, bounty hunter, why's do rock crip, right? So bam, we go back and forth like that a couple of times. So then he like, all right, I'm like, yeah, all right. So now in my head, usually I just get off right there. You know what I'm saying? But we inside the kitchen. That's one of the most deadliest places you can get in a fight at because they will shoot you in there. You got to remember this is a closed off environment. This building is its own entity. You know what I'm saying? So it's one way in, and well, really on one side of the kitchen, you you're gonna go through one door and you're gonna come out one door. And typically the police is standing right next to that door. And then you got the gun tower up above you. They stand with the gun hanging out. I'm talking about real guns, mini 14s that shoot real bullets, right? They standing out. One dude will be up there with that, with the gun hanging out, and the other one will be over there with the block gun. The block gun typically is like a warning shot, and they're gonna get that motherfucker off one or two times, and then next thing you know what's gonna happen, he's finna shoot you with that mini 14. You know what I'm saying? Point blank period. So look, now I can't eat nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I want to get off on him right there, but in my mind, I'm like, nah, I'm not finna get shot. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna wait. As soon as we walk out this kitchen, I'm finna get on this dude's head, right? So bam, when they call our table to leave out, he jump up real fast and he trying to walk out the kitchen real fast. I get up and I'm trying to make my way right behind him. He moving fast, and this nigga got a cane, right? He had a cane, so when he was getting his way up out that kitchen, I didn't see no limp or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? That nigga was moving fast, so I'm trying to get behind him, but I'm not knowing when I jumped up, all the other Bloods jump up, but one particular person, which was his homeboy from his hood. You know what I'm saying? He made his way behind me. I'm not paying attention to nothing else. I'm all focused on my man, which was a very, very big mistake. Right. So bam, we get out the kitchen. By the time I catch up to him, I'm like, hey, nigga, I'm like, what's happening, nigga? He's like, what you mean? I'm like, you heard what I said, nigga, what's happening, right? So I'm trying to get up on him. And as soon as I got up on him, he tried to turn around and swing, right? So I bobbed that one, you know what I'm saying? But his homeboy, the one that I did not know was behind me, got up on me and caught me with a cool one. Bow! Now look, it didn't knock me out. It didn't daze me or none of that. And I didn't see it coming, right? So bam, the only thing about that punch was when he hit me, it was like that nigga knuckle went right into my eyeball, right into the eyeball. You know what I'm saying? So that motherfucker just went black. I couldn't see nothing out of it was but blackness, right? So bam, now I'm trying to place myself because I know it's now it's two. I don't know if it can be more, you know what I'm saying? But didn't nobody else get in it? Although all those other dudes over there was down moves and shit. You know what I'm saying? So bam. While I'm trying to figure out which one I'm gonna get on, the one nigga that I want, he run inside the building, right? So then his homeboy run right after him. So I run, in the building behind trying to chase these niggas, right? So bam, on my way inside, 8 ounce from Raymond, he's coming out. You know what I'm saying? He like, cuz, he like, what's up, cuz? He like, where you from? I'm like, I'm from Durock Crib. He like, all right. He like, man, what's going on? He like, man, I said, these niggas just tried to jump me, right? So he like, who? I'm like, I think the nigga from Bounty Hunters and one of his homeboys, right? So bam, I'm making my way in the building while I'm talking to him. Then I run into Kill from Raymond, right? So they trying to figure out what's going on. These niggas done ran up the stairs. One ran this way, one ran this way. So bam, the police seen commotion on the yard. They didn't see what happened, but they seen commotion on the yard and they seen me run inside the building. So I wasn't even in that building. This was a whole completely different building, right? So bam, when they see me running the building, they instantly run over there. You know what I'm saying? So they come and snatch me up in the building. You know what I'm saying? So bam, I'm like, man, they like, you don't even live in this building. What building is you in? And this and that. So I tell them, I said, look, I'm new here. I said, you see, I got this jumpsuit on. I got confused. I went into the wrong building, man. I said, I always walk fast, so I got confused. I'm new here. So they was like, the police, the one dude, he knew what had happened, but he respected the fact that I didn't say nothing about what went down. So he's like, all right, bam. Like, but you gonna get a write up. I'm like, all right, for being out of bounds. I said, all right, cool, bam. So I go back to my building. My eye, mind you, that is, you know what I'm saying? That was the only thing. The eye, it didn't even swell up or nothing. It was just when he caught me with that one, it hit me right in my eyeball. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, that was the coldest hit ever, right? So bam, I'm telling my celly at that time was a Muslim, but he was from Compton, right? So he like, man, he like, I'm gonna go with you and this and that and blah blah blah. And I'm telling him, nah. I said, because you a Muslim, you're not a Crip. You just in the cell with me. You know what I'm saying? So he was kind of struggling with that. You know what I'm saying? Because he was an ex-Crip, but he turned Muslim. So bam, I'm telling you, don't trip. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get the niggas. I'm gonna do exactly what I did. But to catch them, you know what I'm saying? And 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna have to get on them in the kitchen. So bam, he was like, damn. He was like, that's cold, man. He's like, all right. So bam, that next morning, I go out for breakfast. I'm looking for him. I don't see him. I'm like, damn, they must have made it in before I was able to get in. So bam, later on that night at dinner, I make my way up in there. When I go up in there, It's a okay, when you walk through the door, it's like a scullery where they clean all the trays and shit, right? And it's a door that you can go through, and then you walk through that scullery part, and then there's another door to the other side of the kitchen, right? So they had both of those doors open. So while I'm walking looking for these dudes, right? I look through that door and I see the dude sitting at the table right there, the first one that I had got into it with. I'm like, oh, I'm finna get him. I'm finna tear him up, right? So bam, I go around the thing, get my tray, walk to that side of the kitchen. As soon as I walk through the door, the very first voice I heard, very first voice, really the only voice I heard was Hoover Rob from Nine Deuce Hoop. Hey, dude, Rock, what's happening, Grove? Right? So I look, I see him and shit. He's sitting there. He's like, what's happening, Grove? Like, you finna see right now. You finna see right now, right? So bam, I'm making my way. I'm focused. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who this dude around. I'm finna get my man. So bam, I'm focused. I make my way, set that tray down. When I got close to him and shit, you know what I'm saying? He spotted me at the last minute and tried to jump up. I get off on him. Bing, 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 bing. Right? All in the kitchen. Lit him up. You know what I'm saying? So bam, he tried to fight back. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't nothing he can do. So bam, it lasted for a cool little second, right? His homeboy is sitting, the one that caught me from the back, right? He's sitting like 3 tables away. You know what I'm saying? So he actually tried to jump up and make his way over there, but it was too late. It was nothing he can do. Because once I got him, this nigga was done. You know what I'm saying? So I spin, I catch him just making his way over there. You know what I'm saying? So bam, I spin. He came, he tried to swing, he missed me. You know what I'm saying? I catch him with a couple, bing, bing, bing. Then I hear that gun clock. Clack, clack, get the fuck down. You hear that? And it sounds so loud inside that closed off kitchen in that environment. Clack, clack, right? You have to be there to experience that feeling, hearing that sound in that closed off environment. But at the same token, like you fighting, you are at war. You know what I'm saying? So it when both of us heard that sound, so it stopped us both in our tracks. You know what I'm saying? Then the police came in there, pepper sprayed, laid us down. So bam, we go to the hole for that, all 3 of us, right? So when all that had took place, I guess Marcelli, the Muslim dude, had had no Brian, shout out, bro. I see you in the chat. I see you in the chat. He said that mini racking ain't nothing nice. Hey, I promise you it ain't, bro. You know that. You know that. That shit stopped the nigga in his track so cold. You know what I'm saying? Like it stopped me and him. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they came and pepper sprayed us and shit. You know what I'm saying? And got us, wrapped us up. So bam, we go to the hole. But Marcelli, the Muslim dude, I guess when all that jumped off, he came to make sure nobody else tried to jump in. You know what I'm saying? And he actually, when he seen dude's homeboy trying to jump up at the last minute, he jumped up. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't make it over there. So bam, the Dalmos knew that he tried to do that, but they didn't know who he was. Somebody was giving them a description, right? Mind you, we are in different buildings. You know what I'm saying? It was just uh if when they'll let, let's say, 5 block, they'll let 5 block out. If I'm in 4 block, they're gonna do our block next. So if I rush out real fast and be one of the first ones out my building, I can catch up to that next building. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I had did that day. So bam, they get a description, but they get the wrong dude, man. They blitzed this one for nothing. I don't even think that dude. I don't even think that dude was gang affiliated, right? They blitzed him. He came back in the hole all woo wop. He looked like the Elephant Man. You know what I'm saying? Now y'all got to remember, this was Centinela, man, in 1994. This is the year that that prison had opened up. You know what I'm saying? So they have filled that prison with young gang members, active gang members, Crips and Bloods from all over California. You know what I'm saying? And usually when they open up a level 4 yard and put them type of people on it, you know what I'm saying? The power struggle starts to, that's what niggas is trying to establish different things. You know what I'm saying? Politically. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna get into those, but that's what happens. So that brings on conflict. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes war. You know what I mean? So at that time, this prison it was filled with a whole bunch of riders. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, bam, they do him like that. I'm back there in the hole with these dudes. You know what I'm saying? They saying they want to get down. When we get out the hole, we got to run that again and this and that. All right, don't worry about nothing. So bam, we end up getting out the hole. I go in the cell with Lil Loco from A-Tray Gangster, right? They moved these dudes. This is how cold the police was. They moved the two dudes from Bounty Hunter 3 cells down from me on the same tier, right? So, you know, they know what's up like I do. You know what I'm saying? But when you get out the hole, you go through the orientation thing again. You know what I'm saying? So they telling their homeboy, um, uh, damn, what was his name from 20s, man? Time Bomb. I think it's Big Time Bomb, right? Had a long perm, dark skinned, right? Time Bomb was the porter in the building and shit. So they telling Time Bomb like, yeah, man, let him know we got to run that back and this and that and blah blah blah, right? But so I'm telling him like, yeah, okay, okay. So the homie Lil Loco from A-Tray Gangster, he like, man, tell him he already agreed to the, you know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing else to talk about. You know what I'm saying, nigga? When the opportunity present itself, nigga, y'all gonna get it in. Either y'all niggas can come in this cell or he gonna go in yours. However it go first, right? So they like, nah, we don't want to do it like that. They like, both of us want to fight here. They talking about 2-on-1 in me, right? So little Loco like, man, that ain't never finna happen, nigga. Y'all crazy, nigga, to go up around this motherfucker, right? So you had him and Kill now. Shout out to Kill from Raymond. You know what I'm saying? Um, oh yeah. Morticia said they had some crazy names back in the day. Hey man, a lot of these dudes earned their names. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Like shit. For instance, my homie that's on in the chat right now, no brain has that name for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Trust and believe. That nigga's a low, uncut, a low. You know what I'm saying? And been like that from the very first day that I met him. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. And you got to remember, at this time we was all we was young. You know what I'm saying? So look, they don't want to do it like that. So they talking about 2-on-1 and all like nigga to go up. Point blank period. You know what I'm saying? So you had Kill them, you know what I'm saying, in the middle of, you know what I'm saying, trying to, make sense of it. You know what I'm saying? Either we gonna fight, nigga, or we not. You know what I'm saying? Because but y'all did what y'all did, I did what I did. Point blank period. You know what I'm saying? So everything eventually ended up getting squashed after that. You know what I'm saying? It was like, all right, you niggas struck, I struck back. You know what I'm saying? But that that was my first level 4 experience of violence. You know what I'm saying? And I was only at the prison for 3 days. You know what I mean? Before all this, I wasn't even off orientation. When all this was going on, I wasn't even off of orientation. I was still in the jumpsuit that I had transferred to that prison in. You feel me? I didn't have no regular clothes, no nothing. Flooding in the jumpsuit and all that. You feel me? So yeah, man. It was cold. The environment back then, you know, it was still gang banging then. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was still this. Come on, man. This was the early '90s. You feel me? When I first came to prison, I got my prison number in 1991. You know what I'm saying? So it was still, gang banging, politics. You know what I'm saying? And violence, a whole lot of violence. You know what I'm saying? Either you was gonna stand the test of time during those times, or you was gonna be a victim and lose your career. You know what I'm saying? But the crazy thing about that incident with them blood dudes, we ended up being cool as a motherfucker after that. You know what I'm saying? We ended up being straight after that. You know what I'm saying? And laughing about the situation. But those dudes wasn't no joke. That one particular dude from Bounty Hunters, you know what I'm saying? That nigga was with the shit. You know what I'm saying? The hard, mean mug stare and look and all that shit. You know what I'm like? That was him. That was all him, point blank. You know what I'm saying? I got to give props what props is due. You know what I'm saying? Because motherfuckers that make it seem like, just one side was filled with riders and all this and that, and you got to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Like I've pointed out a number of situations. You know what I'm saying between us and the Bloods where they initiated some shit. You know what I'm saying? And was gang banging at a high rate, you know what I'm saying, during them times. You feel me? So I don't take nothing away from no man, you know what I'm saying? I give props what props is always due at. You know what I'm saying? No matter where you from, red, blue, whatever, purple, orange, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter. You feel me? I don't take sides in any situation, man. I just call it the ball, a strike, a strike. You know what I'm saying? And try to recount these stories as accurately as I possibly can and bring to life the characters that I tell you about. You know what I'm saying? And I have to describe them as I remember them. You know what I'm saying? As they was at them times. What they are today, I don't know. You feel me? But during these times, it was savage. It was savage. For real, for real. But how y'all living out there, man? What's going on in y'all life? Let me know something, man, before we end this. I told y'all I'm not gonna hold y'all up too long, so you know what I'm saying. Chime in the chat, you know what I mean, and let me know what y'all got popping for tonight, for the week. You know what I'm saying? What y'all got on y'all schedule. I know y'all got at the top of the list, at the very top of y'all list, Swing Low, right? I know that. Can't go without that. Can't go without the Swang Low, man. Got to have that. For real, for real. Morticia, I already know what you got going. Hey man, but yeah, I ended up running into that dude at another prison too. The dude from Bounty Hunters. The other one ended up getting out and got killed. The one that hit me in my eyeball, he got out and got killed. You know what I'm saying? He got killed probably like 6 months after he had got out of prison, from what I heard. You know what I'm saying? And the other one was still locked up and shit. You know what I'm saying? I ran into him at another prison. We was laughing at, you know what I'm saying, tripping on that whole little altercation that we had with each other and shit, saying how crazy motherfucker. But he always said, he was like, he'd tell like other Crips and shit and blood niggas, it's like that, this nigga right here. It's like they got them a real one right here. This nigga right here. Telling you, bud, that's a real nigga right there. Right? He always did that. And I'll do the same about him because it was the truth. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was gang banging. For real. All right. Well, I guess y'all want me to end this since ain't nobody saying nothing in the chat, man. You know what I'm saying? Morticia said work and can't wait for the weekend. Oh yeah. You've been going hard too. You've been going hard for real, for real. Man, I know you look forward to them days off. You get to sleep in, got your own little ride bear right there. You know what I'm saying? go ahead and get on up out of here though. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to bring another little short story to y'all, man, of a prison experience, something that I went through, you know what I'm saying? The whole thing started over Mean Monkey, you know what I mean? And you know, a lot can, like I've always said, prison is gonna be what you make of it. You know what I'm saying? And you know, if you still on the gang banging shit, you know what I'm saying? And this thing just, you ain't got to look at it like that as just a person being in prison and none of that. This is even in your daily life out there. You know what I'm saying? But if that's the timing you on, 9 times out of 10, that's what's gonna come back to you. You feel me? And 9 times out of 10, you're gonna be engulfed in that life deeply until you make the decision to change some stuff up. You know what I mean? Giving yourself better hope, a better chance, a better opportunity, you know what I'm saying, and living a better life other than one of looking over your shoulders, always strapped up. Um, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you body, you know what I'm saying? You risking your freedom and your life at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna have to take one, in order to keep yours going. You know what I'm saying? To keep your life from being took. That's that lifestyle. That's what comes with it. You know what I'm saying? Or if not that, you still riding around with the strap, you know what I'm saying, risking your freedom. Because if the police, a lot of us don't be having, you know what I'm saying, no gun license and shit. Be riding around, like it's the Western days. You know what I mean? So we gonna be illegal a lot of times and shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's risking your freedom right there on behalf of keeping your safety up to par. You feel me? That's a cold life. Think about all the years we invested into that. That's a cold life. That's a cold way of living. That shit ages a young man fast. You feel me? But yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. I've wasted enough of y'all time. Well, I didn't waste it, but it's never a waste when we bring something of quality to this round table. You know what I'm saying? I'm just using that as a figure of speech. However, I've taken up more than enough of y'all time. You know what I'm saying? I'm gracious that y'all chose to come sit back at this round table tonight. You know what I'm saying? And I'm also gracious of the fact that y'all continue to show up, you know what I'm saying, and make this show bigger and better every time we come sit down at this round table. You know what I mean? And it's going to continue to grow. You know what I'm saying? I'm thankful for all the new people that has chosen to come and chill with us, check us out, get some of this realism going in their life. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, somebody got to do it. We all got a lane. You know what I'm saying? I'm respecting the lane that we are in. And I'm appreciative of it too. You know what I'm saying? Because like I've said, the real will gravitate to the real, you know what I'm saying? And it'll grow. And I'm patient. And it can be one viewer at a time, one subscriber at a time, but that's one more than we had yesterday. I'm thankful for that. You know what I'm saying? Morticia said, can't stop, won't stop. That's our slogan. You feel me? Can't stop, won't stop, man. Refuse to quit or submit. You know what I mean? Look, on that note, night, you know what I'm saying? Continue to be a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Love those that love you. Invest into them, man. You know what I'm saying? As they invest into you. You know what I'm saying? Till the next time we meet at this round table, love and appreciate you all. Triple that.